Let's continue in our journey through the book of Galatians by turning to Galatians chapter 6, verses 6 through to 10. Let him who is taught the word share in all good things with him who teaches. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. For he who sows in the flesh will of the flesh reap corruption. But he who sows in the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith. Some very key and beautiful verses in this section. So to start off with that section where it said, he who sows in the flesh will reap in the flesh, it reminds me of a story I was reading today. It's back in Acts chapter 5, and it's of, I'm going to turn there, Ananias and Sapphira, his wife. They sold a plot of land because everybody at that point in time, the new church, those who were just converting to being Christian, they were selling all that they had and giving to one another so that nobody was in need. Ananias and Sapphira, they sold their plot of land as well, but they lied about how much it was worth because they wanted to hold some back. And in this section, it says, you have not lied to men, but you have lied to God. And then he dropped down and died. Then his wife came in and they confronted his wife with the same question. Was this what it sold for? She's like, yeah. It's like, same thing. She dropped down as well. Now, it wasn't because they didn't give all that they had to God that was the punishment of the lie, because as it said in that passage, it was theirs to begin with. Why they owned the plot of land, it was theirs. When they sold it, it was theirs. It was because they lied and tried to say that, oh, we're giving all that we have. That was the corruption. That was the deception. That was the sowing in the flesh. And they reaped the consequences of it because God will not be mocked. And over here in Galatians, as it said, God will not be mocked. And then it's going on to saying, well, if you're sowing in the Spirit, it will reap everlasting life. So even while you don't see the reward, if you know you're doing what God's called you to do, keep going. Don't lose heart just because you don't see what's going on. Don't lose heart just because you don't see what's going on in the spiritual world. I was trying to say realm and world at the same time, and it came out, it's just whatever it came out as. And it said, because it says here, in the due season, we shall reap if we don't lose heart. So don't lose heart. Keep going. If you know that you know that you know you're doing what God's called you to do. And we know by going back to the end of Galatians chapter 5, where it lists what the works of the flesh are and what the fruit of the Spirit is. So you can check your work. You can check your hard work to go, am I doing this according to God's instruction? Or am I sowing in the flesh, or am I sowing in the Spirit? When you have the answer, when you know when you know that you're sowing in the Spirit, keep going, keep pressing forward, because at the right time, at the appointed time, harvest will be reaped. God knows what's going on. God knows our heart. He knows our intent. And He rewards. He's a rewarder of all good things.